Namaskar students, let us continue with the chapter Heat Flow and Temperature. So this is the third part of this chapter. Convection. Convection is the transfer of heat by the movement of particles. So convection is the primary mode of heat transfer in fluids, that is liquids and gases. So we can define convection as the phenomenon due to which particles of a medium actually move to the surface of heat energy and then move away from it after absorbing heat energy. Now, how does convection takes place? When a liquid or gas is heated, it expands and this fluid becomes lighter and moves upward because its density decreases. The cooler, heavier fluid from the surrounding rushes to take its place and then the fluid is heated. So this process continues and gives rise to a convection current through which heat energy flows. So the entire liquid or gas get heated by this process. Now let us see how convection currents are produced with the help of this diagram. The fluids, liquids and gases are heated by the process of convection. So the fluid on getting heated become lighter and its density become less and therefore rises upward, while the colder fluid move down to take its place. Thus, you can see from the figure, thus currents are set up in the heated fluid and these currents are called convection current. You might be thinking, why is convection not possible in solids? Let's see. Now here is your answer. The transfer of heat by convection cannot take place in solids because you can see the structure of solid in this given figure. The particles of solids are tightly packed with each other. So these particles cannot move freely, and in convection, freely moving particles are required. When many people sitting in a room, it's very suffocating when room is closed without any ventilator. What happens? Breathing by the people living in a room increases the percentage of moisture as well as carbon dioxide. So the air becomes warm. The moist and warm air containing carbon dioxide is light and hence it rises upwards. Because it is lighter, so it will move upward. Its density is low. If ventilators are present in the room, then it passes through the ventilator and then fresh air comes out of the ventilator. Ventilation. The process by which impure and warm air inside a room is continuously replaced by fresh air from outside is called ventilation. Now, sea breeze and land breeze are applications of convection, right? So let us see what happens in sea breeze. During the daytime, sun shines on the land as well as on the sea. However, the temperature of the land rises more rapidly as compared to the sea, as the specific heat capacity of land is less than the water. So what happens? The air above the land get heated and rises upward. So due to this, what happens? The pressure over the surface of land decreases. So to make up this pressure, to fulfill this pressure, to compensate this pressure, the cold air from sea starts blowing towards the land and this gives rise to sea breeze. Land breeze. During night, land as well as sea loses heat. So the land loses its heat more rapidly as compared to the sea on account of its low specific heat capacity. Thus the air above the land becomes colder as compared to the sea. So warm air above the sea expands and rises upward. Thus the air pressure over the sea decreases. So to make up this fall in pressure, the cold air from the land starts blowing towards the sea, and this gives rise to the land breeze. There are two main differences between sea breeze and land breeze. Sea breeze is formed in daytime, land breeze is formed in nighttime. Sea breeze comes from water and land breeze comes from land. Radiation. Radiation is the process of transfer of heat from a hot body to a cold body without affecting the medium. So all bodies emit heat by the process of radiation. Even the sun's heat which we are getting is by the process of radiation. So radiation of heat does not require any medium. Sunlight comes to the earth because of radiation, as there is no medium present between the atmosphere of earth and sun. The vast space between earth and sun is vacuum, yet the heat of sun reaches to us because of radiation. The temperature of an object increases because of absorption of this kind of radiation. Why do we wear light colored clothes in summer and dark colored clothes in winters? We prefer wearing light colored clothes in summer because light colors are poor absorber of heat. And we prefer wearing dark colored clothes in winter because they are good absorber of heat and thus keep us warm. Do you know black bodies are good absorber and good radiators of heat? Means they absorb heat faster as well as radiate heat faster, while shining bodies are poor absorber and poor radiators of heat. Tea or coffee stays hot for a longer time in a shiny pot than in a blackened pot. Why? Because black pot is a good radiator of heat, so heat is lost easily and quickly. Shiny pot is a poor radiator of heat, so it will keep the heat within it for longer time. Let us compare conduction, convection and radiation. Transfer of heat takes place between object by direct contact in case of conduction, while in convection, energy transfer occurs within the fluid. In radiation, heat is transmitted without any physical contact between objects. Conduction represents how heat travels between objects in direct contact with each other. Convection represents how heat passes through fluids, while radiation represents how heat flows through empty spaces or vacuum. Conduction occurs in solids through molecular collisions. Convection occurs in fluids by actual flow of matter, while radiation occurs at a distance and does not heat the intervening substance. Speed in case of conduction is slow, convection is also slow, but radiation process is faster as compared to these two processes. So in the end, you can understand convection, conduction and radiation with the help of this figure. In radiation, you can see direct heat transfer without any medium takes place, while in convection, warm air rises upward. So because of this, we feel hot. In conduction, a solid rod we are heating in this fire, and through this rod, particles are moving from hotter end to the colder end, and after some time it becomes hot due to conduction process. So from this figure, you can see all the three processes are shown here.
Thanks for watching.